Hey, what's up? In this video, I'm going to go over how to play faster on guitar without falling off the beat. Now, there's three main areas we need to focus on to fix this, and I'm going to break each of these three down, and at the end, give you some action items, so be sure to stick around to the end. So the first is we need to be able to feel faster, and we do this by tapping our foot to the beat. So if you're shredding on guitar, you must tap your foot and target the beat. This is non-negotiable. Now, sometimes my beginner students say they can play better without tapping their foot to the beat. They can't. But the problem is, as the music gets harder or faster, you can't keep it in your head. You have to feel it, and we do this again by tapping our foot to the beat, and we're gonna sync things up so when you're playing really fast, you are targeting those beats, okay? Now, of course, we're gonna need to play with a metronome, and what you can do is just play some simple 8th notes or 16th notes to get the hang of it before you start playing your song, your licks, or your solo, or whatever you're doing. And if you can't play with a metronome, or you have no idea what an 8th note or a 16th note is, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got to get this stuff dialed in first before you start trying to play faster and do solos and all this other kind of stuff. Like ground basic things for music and keeping a rhythm. Now, moving on to the second area is we need to be able to hear fast. Usually, players don't realize that playing fast requires some aural skills. And one thing that I find so common amongst guitar players is we don't train our ears. I know, I did it at the beginning, I totally get it. We tend to obsess over drills and things to do with our fingers, and our musical skills don't get developed. And I realize that when it comes to training your ear, there's a lot of confusion on how to build your aural skills from the ground up. And even nowadays, there's technology out there where the whole guitar method is visual play-along software where you play along and like a bouncy ball or whatever else. And the problem is, if your eyes are following the music, your ears will not develop, which of course is a very big problem. Music being a hearing art, we need to have trained ears. And so perhaps this is one of the issues that you're struggling with. If you're playing faster and you can't stay on the beat, maybe your ears are not able to hear what they're supposed to do. Now, the third area, of course, is the technical side, which is just the mechanics of playing the guitar. So what happens is if your technique is off, your fingers will be slow, sloppy, your hands will get out of sync, stiff fingers, maybe they'll ache, you have some pain, all the problems that you've probably experienced before, which of course lead to falling off the beat. So what happens is we need to have good general technique. That's just like the most basics of technique, which is your picking hand placement, how you're holding a guitar pick, your fret hand. These things, if they're not dialed in, you can imagine it'd be like a runner trying to run and you run like this or something. And what happens is you don't want to speed this up. You want to get your technique on point so that when we start to speed up, it'll be optimal for fast playing. And I believe I have some other videos going more in depth on that kind of stuff, so I won't get into the specifics here. I'm just giving you a little overview, but that perhaps could be a problem that you're running into. Once you get the basics down, now we can have a higher level conversation about things that are a bit more advanced, such as your efficiency of your motion, which could be your pick directions, how far you're picking, your finger motions, your finger choice, all of that good stuff, which of course, if that's not on point, it's just gonna cause it to be way harder to stay on beat, play faster, all the ins and outs that we're struggling with. Okay, so you're probably wondering, all right, cool, but what do I need to do right now? So first, we need to know how fast can you play whatever you're playing right now. So if you have no idea how fast you can play, how do you know if you're getting faster? This is one of the biggest problems players have, is they don't know where they're at in their musicianship. They want to get faster, but they don't even know how fast they are. So first, what you need to do is test to find your max speed with the metronome. Then once you find your speed, you need to try to get just a little faster. So let's say you're at 60 BPM, then try to go to 70, then 80, so on and so forth, all right? So just to recap, to play faster without falling off the beat, we need to feel faster, and we do this by targeting the beat with tapping our foot. Second, we need to hear faster, and we do that by playing along with the metronome. Yes, this is aural skills, and training your ear to be able to play faster. And the third is playing faster, making sure your technical skills is not inefficient or going against how the human body actually works. So I hope you found this video helpful. Don't hesitate to leave me a comment below if you have any questions on this, or if you have specifics for whatever you're working on. I'd be happy to make you a video on that, and we'll see you in a future video.